The Executive Director of the World Institute for Peace, Mr. Lamina has clarified that the recent protest over the condition of the LAMECO flyover in Osogbo was not politically motivated but was carried out in the interest of residents and taxpayers in Osun State. Lamina made the clarification on Wednesday during an interactive section with officials of the Osun State Ministry of Works and journalists at the Government Secretariat Osogbo. The meeting was organized to address public concerns over the partial damage on the LAMECO flyover. He said this organization had consistently held governments and individuals accountable on issues affecting the people, lamenting that its interventions were often interpreted as being politically sponsored. According to him, if the protests had been sponsored by politicians or individuals, there would have been no reason for organizations to engage directly with the Ministry of Works to seek professional clarification on the matter. Lamina maintained that the protest was undertaken solely in the public interest, stressing that taxpayers deserve accountability for projects executed with public funds. He explained that the engagement with the ministry was aimed at obtaining professional explanations on the condition of the bridge and other infrastructure projects across the state. He added that the initiative was also intended to provide residents with factual information and prevent the spread of misinformation capable of creating unnecessary panic.
Meanwhile, if we should go by the way of introduction, you will need that introduction Arabic. Responsible government responsible for any issue humanity pẹ̀lú society wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ó máa ti láàánú pé this time tí a bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ against their government or against the government wọ́n á ní àwọn kan ló rán wọn. So ká ní pé government rán wa àbí ká ní pé individual kan àbúrò ṣèlú kan ló rán wa, I will not be here today. Ká láwọn rán wa wá sí orí bíríìjì lọ́jọ́ yẹn. No, yeah, I was in protest in there. I will not be able to be here. Maybe last year, we have ministries of child. Yes, I'm here today to shed more light concerning the projects. I mean the infrastructural projects to Nisi, Pẹ̀lú Ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. So we organized that protest in order to have more knowledge about what actually happened or happening within the area of the infrastructure projects in the state.
Responding, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Works, Engineer Bello, explained that engineering conclusions are derived from data, investigations and professional analysis, noting that every government project undergoes strict quality assurance procedures, including laboratory analysis of construction materials, comprehensive strength tests and non-destructive structural examinations before being certified for public use. He said the appearance of minor defects on infrastructure projects is a normal engineering occurrence worldwide and should not be interpreted as structural failure. Speaking on the LAMECO flyover, Bello maintained that there was no evidence of structural collapse, alleging that some of the observed damage resulted from external interference rather than poor construction. He said the incident amounted to damage and not structural failure, assuring that the bridge remains structurally sound. He added that he had been invited to conduct further assessments and that their findings will be made public. He urged residents to disregard unverified reports capable of causing panic, assuring them of the ministry's commitment to the safety of all road users. On the award of contract, the Permanent Secretary dismissed suggestion that Governor Ademola Adeleke personally selected contractors, explaining that recommendations are made strictly by professionals within the ministry based on competence, technical capacity and experience.
I can tell you categorically that most of the contractors we are using today in this state work for Governor Oyinlola. The same contractor work for Governor Aregbesola. The same contractor work for Governor Oyetola. The same contractor is now working for the same present governor. Don't let us create unnecessary panic for the public. Now coming back, I love this NGO and I want you to continue like this. What you did that day really impressed me. Your staging protest, then I calm you down, I explain to you, then I show it to you, and you welcome it. After that, what came up, the second day after that, another section of the bridge, which is the median curve, was vandalized, was damaged. It's not failure, was damaged. The causes of the damage, I cannot say. I cannot tell you, or I cannot say. Let me say I cannot say, but it was damaged. When something is being damaged, it can even cause by attack. It can be accident, it can be individual, somebody that is aggrieved that come there and hit it. That is not my problem here. And a lot of people, politicians have been going over the road that bridge we constructed at LAMECO cannot pass integrity test. I do laugh. The same test we carry over all the others is the same test we carry over there. I've invited Nigerian software engineers, the Nigerian structural engineers, the different organizations, independent. They will, when they come, I will invite you. All between you, with them, you join, you go and carry out the necessary test. The only thing that cannot carry out any destructive test. Over there, LAMECO, I have the picture with me. Some people, it may not be politicians, they mix chemical with diesel and go and pour it on the floor. I snapped it, I kept it, that when it come out, I'll see. That section will fail in the next 2 weeks. Diesel is an enemy to asphalt. It's an enemy. By the time water now penetrates, happens or penetrate under, it's another enemy to laterite.
Also speaking, the executive director of the Insight Initiative, Mr. Jareti Ameyu, called for greater transparency in the execution of public infrastructure projects. Ameyu said members of the public deserve to know the contractors handling government projects, the procurement process through which they emerge, and their track records, noting that transparency strengthens public confidence in government projects.
CSD we're using before, community development community or project development committee, that work with the contractors. This is what we are bringing on board. Enlightenment of the people who have befriended, that people would have seen it at the schools, hospitals, community will take the ownership after the ministry has left. But the moment they see it as Adeleke brought a project to us, and it's Adeleke's property, and everybody just knows it.
In his remarks, the director of Highways, Engineer Maruf Ojebode, also explained that all contracts awarded by the state government comply with the public procurement law. He said projects are publicly advertised, bids are evaluated, and contractors are shortlisted based on experience, technical competence, available equipment, qualified personnel, and financial capacity before recommendations are forwarded for government approval. He stated that the Adeleke administration has completed about 250 kilometers of road, while more than 140 kilometers of road projects are currently under construction across Osun State.
Then on most of the projects that has been embarked upon by this administration, they are legacy projects. They are legacy projects that stand the test of time. A good example is the one that was commissioned yesterday, Akoda Cottage Okegada. The project was completed is almost 3 years ago, and it still stands the test of time. The fact remains that this administration has completed not less than 250 kilometer lengths of roads, and we still have about 140 thereabout that is still ongoing. And we have a project that has been divided into mega projects. We have intercity projects, we have intracity, we also have local government projects. There is no local government in this Osun State that this administration has not touched. We have touched every nook and cranny of the state. All local government, they have they have their own share of infrastructure development of this present administration.
Abami Abidoye reporting for Army Loaded.